So it's D-2. I'm about 36 hours from leaving on the 12-day or 12-night trip. And I got a lot further than I thought I would on this thing as far as packing it, so I went ahead and packed it today. And I don't think anything will happen to it while it's setting out tonight, but I'll just make sure it's locked up. So starting in the back, I've got my foldable table attached to the rear wheel here, and then behind that is a small tarp that I can use for shade. And then on the tailgate here, I also have 5 gallons of gas, ammo can full of toe straps and snatch block gloves, things like that. Another ammo can full of fluids, blow hammer, and actually a spout for that gas can. And then I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use this 5-gallon gas can or that one there, but one of those is going to go up top here on the back. In addition to the green box that I mentioned in a previous video, and I'll show everything that I put in that. So inside this case I plan on putting all these items. They're just emergency items, and if I have to go in there, it's not going to be for a good reason. But I've got a bunch of fluids, got gear oil, transmission fluid, oil, and radiator fluid. I've got a transfer pump there, and then I've also got this syringe thing in case I need to pump any or suck any fluids out. And then I've got ratcheting straps, toe strap, extra tarp, funnel, jumper cables, cable cutter, foldable shovel, extra rags, extra rope, and zip ties, a couple of belts in case one of them happens to be the wrong size, battery cable, and underneath all that is a water bag in case I need to put anything else up on the roof. I can put it inside that green bag there, and it won't get wet. And then a bunch of hoses. Some of those hoses aren't even for the Jeep, but just bringing them for the diameter in case I need to get creative. I've got my old plug wires in there that were working when I took them off, an extra light, distributor cap, tie rod, brake drum kit, a couple of spark plugs, radiator cap, and some U-joints. And then there's a couple of other miscellaneous items in there like fuses and things like that. I've even got some extra wiper blades. They don't really weigh anything, so I might as well bring them. But that pretty much covers it. I'll probably add a few more things, but that can't go on until I'm ready to put the whole thing together, because then it has to sit outside in the driveway once that's on, like I mentioned before in another video. And then I'll go ahead and add everything, which is going to be kind of a pain, but it'll be there if I need it. So everything did actually fit, barely, but it did fit, so there's no room for anything extra. Anything else that I want to add, I'm going to have to put in inside the Jeep. So that's actually tied down by the handles, and there are 2 straps that go, I don't know if you can see that or not, all the way underneath, securing it to the roof rack, and it really doesn't budge at all. And then in addition to that, up top I have the 2 umbrellas that I plan on using for shade, and then also the high lift jack is up there as well. So in the back, this is what it looks like. It is in the bed configuration, and so that's it laid out end to end. And here I have a mattress pad and 2 sleeping bags. It's not going to get that cold, but it's mostly for padding. I think it's going to get down to about 50 something in the coldest areas where we're going to be stopping, so I'm not too worried about that. But in the back here, put the pillows away, I have two low-sitting seats. And also this is a privacy shelter that is a pop-up, so we can use that. And then just a bunch of miscellaneous items down there, easy access to some off and the mattress pad in case my buddy wants to use that. And then inside here I have a couple of headlamps that we can pull out. There's a small pillow in case we need that. And then up top I have lighting all over the place. I'll show you those in a minute. And just more lighting that I have. So inside these totes and everything that I just pulled out, actually even with the stuff my buddy is bringing, it is all going to fit up front. So if I take each one of these totes and put them on the front seat and then just load up everything on top and around it, this entire back area will be completely empty and will be easy to change inside of and sleep. So inside this one, I decided not to use this for camping gear. I decided to use it all for my clothing. I just wanted to have easy access to my clothing. I thought it'd be a lot easier to deal with that. And this way I can also access this stuff easily when I'm inside the Jeep. So in addition to that, I decided on the side here that I have my personal bag full of toothpaste and toothbrush and all that stuff. And then I have batteries in this bag here, and then more batteries for all the battery operated stuff there. And then on the side pocket here I have another light and a hammock, and then down in the side here a crowbar and some magnets that I'll use for holding up the tarp. Inside these I have all the, well, technically camping gear, but pots, pans, fuel, plates and plastic forks and knives and things of that nature. Other miscellaneous items in there that we're going to use for when we just want to heat up water, basically. We're going to end up eating a lot of cup of noodle. I've got a bunch of MREs in there, and he actually asked me to bring some. I like them, so when we're away from a store, gas station, or anything like that, or somewhere we can't grab food, when we're out on the campgrounds, we will just grab that stuff. There's enough calories in there to probably last both of us a good month, honestly, because MREs are so full of calories. On the side here, I've got my tools and just some towels and little actually other little towels, and then what I did here for my GoPro is this, the GoPro came packaged with this. I just went ahead and added magnets to the back, and I plan on sticking that to the side of the Jeep with the GoPro attached, and that way I can have it on the outside of the Jeep and drive around with it if I want. So here in the back is just a cooler that we're going to use. We'll buy ice along the way whenever we can, and it's easily accessible for him to reach back and grab something. And then this is just a bag full of snacks, again, easily accessible. So from the inside you can see I've got these little fan lights, and there's one there. It actually hangs into the handrail there quite nicely, and it stays there so it can blow on us while we're sleeping, or me, depending on who's sleeping in the Jeep. And it has a light on it and a fan, and it runs off of a couple of batteries. I've used these in the past and they work out really well, especially on hot nights, but they hang up there nicely. And then I have just other miscellaneous items in the netting, and there I have toilet paper, easily accessible, another light, and then just various things in the ammo pouches there. And then actually right up here is mosquito netting. So some nights we might want to have the windows open, or I might want to, and it's big enough that I can drape it all along the door here and then close the door and open the window, and no mosquitoes will get in. They might get in between the net and here, but they're not going to get inside the compartment. So I'm going to use those. I might even try to configure something else where I can just cover up the window here, but worst case scenario, I can drape it over the entire door and open the window and have a nice breeze come through. But with everything configured the way that it is, the front is completely open. I've got the GoPro mounted there, and there is nothing in our way of driving around, hopefully in comfort. So on the other side here, I have all of the water, or some of the water, all packed in here. Just easy to get to. It's the only reason why it's there. And then in the back here, I have emergency roadside kit, extra tarps, some miscellaneous tools in there, paracord, another large tarp with paracord on it so that we can hang that up if there's trees nearby, and then the first aid kit, which is easy to get to, and then I have a BFH in there in case I need to wax some things. But other than that, it's pretty much set up. Like I said, this entire back area will be completely open when everything's jammed up front here, and both of us can sleep in here pretty comfortably. Won't be a whole lot of room to get up and move around, but at least when we're sleeping we'll be pretty comfortable. So other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. Changed the oil yesterday, topped off any of the fluids that I needed to, checked all the fluid levels, and other than mounting the gas can on the back, it's pretty much all set. And here I have a pouch that I attached to the tailgate with just some rubber gloves and koozie and actually a little pop-up frisbee in case you want to throw that around. But I decided to go ahead and do this today and now, so that if I forget anything, hopefully I'll remember it between this point and when I actually take off in 2 days. So anyway, I'll probably film another video when we're out on the road, or maybe day one. I don't think there's going to be anything before then, but please like, subscribe, and leave any comments below. Thanks for watching.